Essential workers deserve hazard pay. Please like this video if you agree. If you're an essential worker, thank you for everything you do. Please comment on this video and let us know what your essential job is. For everyone else, please like this video to support your essential workers. Now let's get into hazard pay. As most of you know, Democrats approved a $10,000 in hazard pay for essential workers, but Republicans denied it. Essential workers worked while most people stayed home safely. And honestly, essential workers have been screwed by our government. They should have been given the hazard pay they deserve. Some companies did offer hazard pay for a short time, but that was very few companies, and for most workers, it amounted to about $300 to $400 in total. On your screen, you'll see a new article by CNN. The same companies that gave little to no hazard pay are now spending hundreds of millions or even billions buying back their own stock. That is money they could have used to reward its essential workers. And if they have hundreds of millions to billions of dollars to buy back stock, then they sure as heck do have the money. And to be clear, companies buy back stock for one reason: to make the stock price go up, which tends to make the CEOs and other shareholders more money. The average worker owns very little to no stocks at all. Okay, so now let's read this article together. The article by CNN is titled, "Stores Ended Hazard Pay for Their Workers, but They're Still Spending Hundreds of Millions Buying Back Their Stock." Kroger bought back more than $200 million of shares during its latest quarter ending August 15th, and its board authorized another $1 billion in additional repurchases this Friday. The grocery chain in May ended a $2 per hour pay bump which it gave to its workers for working during the pandemic. Two other chains that stayed open throughout the pandemic have made similar moves to repurchase stock. Dollar General's board of directors last month greenlighted a $2 billion share buyback program. Meanwhile, Big Lots' board also authorized a $500 million stock buyback program last month. Big Lots paid a $2 per hour pay bump for workers, which ended in July, and Dollar General did not give workers a wage increase, but gave a small bonus, which was about $300 to $400. Now, this practice is especially controversial at a time when labor advocates have argued that companies should be using their resources to compensate workers at higher rates during the pandemic. Unions and even some top Democrats, including vice presidential nominee Kamala Harris, have argued that grocery and retail workers should receive a wage increase for doing their jobs while risking exposure to the coronavirus. So where do we stand when it comes to the $10,000 in hazard pay? Well, it really depends on how big the next stimulus package is. Democrats and Republicans are still fighting over how big this package will be, and a larger package would bode well for hazard pay. Unfortunately, we do have to wait for now, but we could have updates at any time. Please subscribe for more updates. I also want to give a big special thanks to David Talavast. He's a subscriber to this channel and was recently interviewed on a podcast supporting essential workers. In the comments of this video, I'm going to share the link to that podcast and to a Facebook group for essential workers. Please take the time to listen to the podcast and join the group. Thanks and have a great day.